everyone, it's your girl Shay here, and I'm back with another video for you guys. And of course it's Monday, which means it's time for another motivational Monday video. And with many of my motivational Monday videos, I usually choose a topic and then choose an anime or an anime character or even a manga that I feel is a great example of the topic that I decide to choose. So for this week's topic, I decided to talk about nostalgia, or you even could say the past. And the anime that I chose was a huge example of this, was a new anime movie that I actually ended up watching on Netflix called Flavors of Youth. Now, Flavors of Youth is 3 different stories and it's 3 different characters, and all of these characters seem to talk about something nostalgic from their past and something within the story that kind of takes them back to their past. In the first story, you have a gentleman, and for him, it is a soup that takes him back to his past. And I apologize that I'm not saying the name of the soup since I can't exactly remember it. In the second story, you have a girl, and for her, what takes her back to her nostalgia or her past is a dress. And in the final story, you have another boy or another man, and for him, nostalgia or what takes him back to his past is a cassette tape. And that made me think of just nostalgia in general and my own past in general. And the reason why I thought of nostalgia also is because in today's day and age, nostalgia is kind of what sells. Pulling at people's heartstrings, pulling at people's past, taking them back to their childhood. And to me, that is what greatly shows this is anything in the media. For example, with Disney is doing a lot of live action movie remakes of a lot of their videos or their animated movies that came out in the past. I know we've all heard about the Bambi remake. Last year we had the Lion King remake. We also had, of course, the Aladdin remake. Previously we had Beauty and the Beast, and also what's in the work also is also a Little Mermaid, also live action. And all those movies pull at our nostalgia and at our heartstrings and at our past because of the fact that they take us back to a time in our childhood when we first saw these movies, or takes us back into a time and place where we remember where we were when we saw that movie. We remember the songs. We remember singing them with our friends and with our families and all of those kinds of things. But a lot of times in our nostalgia and our things we think about sometimes takes us back to past that aren't so great and aren't so, nice for us to think about. And one thing I have to say, kind of going back to my last week's where I talked about heartbreak and lessons, I also feel like our past and our nostalgia can also teach us lessons. And I feel like one lesson that I've seen a lot of times people take with them is childhood and childhood lessons. Sometimes it could be from how you were treated in childhood, something that happened to you, and a lot of times that will shape how you treat people now in today's day and age. And that's like a lesson you learned from your childhood or a lesson you learned from nostalgia or from your past. But I do have to say, be very careful about what thoughts you have about your past and about your childhood, and don't stay there. Because I think all of us have been guilty, I know me especially, of thinking about things that have happened in our past and kind of letting them take over for how we feel in like today's day and age, and how we feel, about ourselves, and we start having a lot of negative self-talk. I think it's okay to think about your past and to think about the things that have happened in your past, and sometimes even to think about the bad things that happened in your past, but don't stay there and don't let them take over your day or take over your life. Just remember it as something that has happened. What have you learned from it, and what are you going to change now that has already happened? Because in reality, your past has already happened. Nothing's going to change with what happened before. You can't go back in time and change it. So don't dwell on that. So to me, when you think of the past or think of nostalgia, please try and think of the good things that happened. Just like with those Disney movies that we've all watched at a young age, and a lot of times when we think back to them or we watch them again as an adult, it takes us back to that time that we saw them as kids and how much fun we had watching them as kids. And I want all of us to think of all of our nostalgia like that, all of our past like that. But of course, not all of our pasts are great. Not all of our pasts are filled with happiness and joy. There are some sadness a part of, our past, some anger, some hate. And I hate to use the word hate, or I don't like to use the word hate because it's just such a strong word. But we all have those moments that we've, felt those things. So when you go about your day to day or go about your week, and if your mind starts dwelling on the past, of course, think about it. Give yourself time to feel those thoughts of you thinking about your past, but try not to dwell there. And if you are thinking about something that was hurtful in your past, try and think of have I learned from this? Or like, why am I dwelling on this? What is this trying to teach me? Or why do I keep coming back to this? And try and find a way of trying to answer that question of why. And also try and think, how can you learn from those moments and not repeat what happened previously? Or how can you, show someone, what you felt like you didn't get in your past, how can you show it to somebody else? So if you felt like you didn't get a lot of love in your past, how can you show the people around you a lot of love so that no one else kind of feels that way? And I know for me, that's something that I tend to do a lot, is I tend to think about the feelings that I felt before that probably weren't so great and make sure that no one else tries and feels that way, or no one else feels that way. So go about your day, go about your week, and think about your nostalgia. Think about your past. But if it's the bad parts of your past, don't stay there. Think about the good things in your past, because there are always good things in your past. Trust me, I know so. Think of the movies you watched, the people you had in your life or still have in your life. I know for me, I think about the fun times with my family and my friends that I had as a kid. So yeah, think about those good moments. And also, I highly recommend watching the movie Flavors of Youth on Netflix. I actually do plan to do a review about that. Hopefully that review is out soon. But it is a super quick movie. It's like maybe an hour long to maybe a little bit over an hour. But it has 3 different stories, and all 3 of these stories are done in an amazing way, and it's by the same directors or the creators that also did Your Name. And of course, now also Weathering with You. So definitely check out Flavors of Youth on Netflix. I highly recommend it. But that's my video for you guys. I hope you guys have a great week. Have a great Monday. And of course, comment down below your thoughts on this topic. Also comment down below any suggestions that you have for any any future Motivational Monday episodes, and any anime that you want me to watch so that it can be used as an example in a next Motivational Monday episode as well. And of course, feel free to comment anything you guys would like to see on this channel. But that's what I have for you guys. Of course, like always, please give this video a thumbs up. And of course, if you've been watching my videos, please subscribe if you haven't already. And feel free to also share my videos if you feel like this will help somebody else, or you feel like they will actually and really enjoy my content. But that's what I have for you guys. I have a new video out for you guys on Wednesday. And of course, like always, be positive and stay nerdy. All right, you guys.